Hey guys, Captain Foley back with you again for another product review. Last time we took a look at Maximilian from the Black Hole from Diamond Select Toys. Today we're going to be looking at Vincent and Old Bob. Also from Diamond Select Toys. I was lucky enough to have these on pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store. Got them a little while ago and can't wait to get into them and take a look at them for you guys. So, join me as we're going to take a look at Vincent and Old Bob from the Black Hole. If you haven't checked out my Maximilian review, please go do so. It's a really fine figure and definitely worth a watch. So, let's get into this bad boy and see what we can see. Alright guys, so here we got Vincent and Old Bob in the packaging. Here on the side, Vincent and Bob. Collector's action figure with accessories and diorama. Can't remember what Vincent stands for, but that's centralized. Yeah, I can't remember, sorry. Same with Bob. I wish they'd tell us on the box, but I don't think they will. The side of the box, you got the Black Hole logo, got Old Bob, and Vincent. Looking really good. On the back, you've got the accessories. There's different accessories and plugins, just like R2-D2. Old Bob and Vincent there. And then the diorama display, which this one will actually have a floor for. When I did Maximilian, they had the back part and the computer display, but no floor. So it's kind of discouraging. There is Maximilian. Like I said, I've already done a review of him. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. And down here we've got Vincent and Bob, and it says, "The Cygnus is perched precariously at the edge of a black hole, a vast, empty nothingness where space and time end. Anything that crosses its border enters a universe of the complete unknown. A story of robots and humanoids, human genius and madness, and a spectacular descent into nature's ultimate mystery, the black hole." And again, designed by Yuri Taming and sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios. So let's crack into these and see what we got. Now I'll show you. A lot of people have been concerned about opening theirs because the packaging is really nice and it would just look good staying in the packaging. However, one thing I use an X-Acto knife and basically cut along right near the cardboard of the box, like so. And that way you can put the figures back in, close it up, keep it almost like new. And you can, like I said, you have the option of putting the figures back in anytime, and it doesn't look like it's been opened necessarily. So let's crack this open, and we start out here with the grating, which is held in here by an elastic. So we just use our snips and cut that. Like so. Garbage in a minute. So there we got the floor grating with a really neat swirl pattern on it. We also have the railing. Oh, and this one. Okay, so this one doesn't have the. This is from Maximilian. So this goes on here. I figured they both had the backing, but they don't. You need to get both figures to be able to use this. So that's interesting. So that plugs in, and you can choose whichever backing you want. As for the railing, it of course just pops in these holes here. Like so. Well, it should anyway. The middle one's kind of having a hard time going in. Let's see, maybe I'm putting it in wrong. Yeah, I was just putting it in wrong apparently. Or was I? Seems to be a little bit of a burr there. So let me just shave that down. I'm making it hard to get in there. You shouldn't have to do this when you open a new thing, but so that's kind of a shame. I'm just literally doing this wrong. The thing is, there's no instructions either on how to do it. But anyway, there you go. So there's the diorama set up. In here we also have 2 clear bases. One for Vincent, one for old Bob, and 2 cool display arms, which are also held in by these little things, but since they come apart, it's fine. So yeah, those go into the base like so, and then you'll be able to have them look like they're floating. So there's the other one. We also got these, which I'm not 100% sure what these are. There's 3 of them. So we'll have to get the figures out and see if these are needed and what for exactly. So there's that stuff there. Now let's look at the figures we want to look at. So here you see Vincent and old Bob. The detail's really great. You also got different grabber arms, the little balls for the end of Vincent's feet for when they're retracted, which was most of the time, so I'm going to put those on. Again, these center parts come out, and you've got a relaxed nipple and very cold out in space nipple. Closed clamps, and then whatever that is, not quite sure. So again, these figures have the ties that a lot of people have real issues with when they do these reviews, and I just use my snips and do a quick snip. And as you see, it's easier than untying them for sure. Just snip and pull it out. So there you go. Alright. So here's Vincent. Old Bob looks all beat up back there, but that's old Bob for you. So there's Vincent with his arms, which I'm going to actually take out. I don't want them displayed like that. Like I said, those pop out if you want to put in the extenders. His head goes down like it should. So same with these pop out, which I'm going to get the and these are taped in. Funny how I have more issue with the tape than I do with the ties. Go in the side there, like so. There's lots of various ways to display Vincent, because he's got quite a few actions in the movie, but I kind of want him just as his regular normal self. So take those like so, put him there for a second, and then get these ball feet things out, and put those in like so. pretty simple procedure there. And there on the front he's got his identification, V.I.N.CENT 396, and then GLA 419 F, or VK, sorry. You can see, you can open up the little doors, you see his little claws. Again, those come out so you can put in the extender claws there as well. But again, we're going to keep them closed up. Really nice details on the sides. There on the other side as well. And his little monitor. And so great figure. The back has some fascinating, intricate details as well. And there's a little slot for the stand to peg in. So we got him there. That's V.I.N.CENT. Let's put him on the stand right now. There we go. Oops. Gotta be careful with these. They pop out pretty easily. That's good. You can get some good. Let me bend this one down. Sorry about this, guys. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to take him out and look at him yet, so I haven't really got used to what's going on in the box. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to have to work on the display there because it keeps falling apart, which is not ideal. Actually, I'm going to take this one part out and make it a lot shorter of a stand, just so it's easier for him to stand up, or float up, I guess. So and you get extra pieces, which is fine. Now let's look at old Bob. I'm going to keep him pretty much the same way. Again, he's got his broken little grabber there. His head sort of goes down. Bob's didn't go down all the way. Plus it also moves back and forth, which is great. And again, such attention to detail. Bob LF 28, and then some extra details on the front there. Not quite as nice as V.I.N.CENT, obviously, because he's beat up. There on the back, you got that bashed metal look, and he always had the broken ball there, and this one, which didn't actually retract, so it's going to stay like that. But you can have him like cowering in fear or whatever. So that's Bob. And again, let's get him set up on the stand. Again, I'm going to pull that end piece out. I don't really need it for the way I want to display these. Just keep dropping things all over the place. It just pegs into that slot at the back. And there you go. The problem with these, gotta be careful not to break them actually, because they only bend, well, this one doesn't actually bend that well at all. Looks like it should. Don't want to break it though. So I'm not a super fan of the way they got that done, if I'm honest. These are very flimsy and pop out very easily, which is not ideal. But there you have them. Both there. Still don't know what these are for. Unless it's just to store the... No, it's not even for that, because they don't even fit. So not exactly sure what these are for. Usually when I'm editing, I figure things out that I don't see during the actual review. So there's Vincent and B.O.B. And let me just put them on the diorama if I can, and get them with Max and see how they all look together. So just bear with me 1 second here. Alright, so here we got Vincent, who I shortened the stand for. Same with old B.O.B. And they're in front of the Cygnus display. They got the railing in front of them. And we got Maximilian there beside them. I decided to display Max like this, with the arms up. Just looks a little more menacing. But like I said, check out my review of the Maximilian figure as well. There we have them. Oh, kind of disappointed about this. I thought there was one of these in each of the kits, or the packages. Turns out the backing comes with Max, and the railing and the grate come with these two. So not exactly what I was expecting. I expected to get two of those so I could have both displays and set them up side by side. I think that would be better, but they didn't do that, and they didn't explain that you needed both Vincent and old B.O.B. and Maximilian to get the whole thing going here. So I'm kind of disappointed with that, to be honest, but I am not disappointed with these figures. Old B.O.B. looks great. So does Vincent. Plus you got all the accessories. You can set them up whichever way you want. And of course Maximilian, like I said, check out my review of him. It's a separate review. But yeah, so these also have little peg holes on them as well, for whatever reason. I don't know exactly what for, but you get a lot of these, and I'll say right now, be careful with these, because you don't want to break them when you try to turn them. They're a little bit stiff at first, but eventually they do loosen up. Even though that looked like I broke it, which I didn't. It just, hold on, let me grab it. It just popped out. So when you're trying to turn these, you might get where they pop out, and don't be discouraged. They just do go back in, just like that. But when you're reefing on them, you might pop it out here, or you might bend this. So just be very careful of that. You can, of course, have all the additional lengths on to make Vincent be higher or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of where we sit with this. Like I said, I love the attention to detail on these. Vincent is not weathered or scuffed up or anything like Max was. Max got some nice paint chips and weathering on him, which somebody in my last review complained that he shouldn't have, because he was pristine until like the final scenes. But I rather like the paint chipping on him. I think it looks good, actually. So anyway, there we go, guys. That is Vincent and old B.O.B. from Diamond Select Toys. Definitely worth picking up if you're a fan of the Black Hole. I have been looking to get these guys, or have action figures of these, my whole life. I know they had the older action figures, but I just never had them. So I'm really impressed with these. I just wish the stands would have been better, and I wish they would have explained that you only get one of these, and you need both sets to accomplish that. So that's a little bit discouraging. But anyway, guys, Let me just get Max out of the way there. And then we can focus on these two. But there you go. That is Vincent and Old Bob. So guys, I hope you like this review. I would highly recommend getting these from Diamond Select, but like I said, be careful with the stands, and just be aware that you get the base and the railing with Vincent and Old Bob, and you get the back part and the computer display with Maximilian, which sadly they don't let you know. It's not indicated anywhere on the box. Like I said, with Max, it would be nice if they had some instruction sheet inside telling you what the different arms are for, or you know, how they should look, or whatever, or collect all of them to get the diorama set. It is kind of annoying that they didn't do that, but so anyway guys, that's it for this review. Thank you for watching. Like I said, check out the Maximilian review when you get a chance. It's a great review. I love that figure. And in the meantime, like the videos, subscribe to the channels, the Captain Foley personal channel, as well as the Trekyards channel. And do not forget to check out other videos by us as well. In this case, I'll put a link here to the Maximilian one, because it's definitely worth it. It's a cool video and a cool figure. So anyway guys, it's Captain Foley signing off. Bye-bye.